So, episode 3. I'm clearly not prepared because I'm still untangling my headphones. I have been spending like the past 5 minutes trying to do this. And okay, finally, they're undone. I need to plug in my computer because people in my industry don't stop working in a 9 to 5 format. They work literally all hours of the night, so I'm using my work computer to record this, and you will hear some dings here and there if I left my sound on. So I'm gonna go ahead and finally plug in here. Okay, now that that is settled, I feel like we have a lot to discuss about last episode. We had a guest, and it was the lovely Harris, and honestly, it was so fun to record with him. I love our relationship because we can seriously just sit and talk forever. And that's something that Harris said really stood out about me. I'm going to jump down memory lane. He said that at his date night, which was like one of our second or third maybe date in our relationship, he said that we stood there at the bar and literally talked for like 4 hours. And that's what he loved about me. So it was really fun to do that, basically the same thing, but have it recorded for whoever to listen to. So, some updates for you guys. Bolt has laid multiple more eggs. The total egg count is up to 4, so maybe I'll continue to tell you guys how many eggs are in the egg count, but currently we're at 4. So, no babies. None of these eggs are going to be babies for as long as I shall live. And literally everyone we tell this story to is like, why don't you just have them mate and have babies? Because I don't want to, is my answer. First of all, my Cloudy is my baby and he's not old enough to be a dad. Are you serious? He'll never be. And that's like honestly a main reason for me because I'm so ridiculous. But it's also just a lot of work. Like, do you remember in first or second grade, I forget, when your teacher would have the farmer come and he would give you like baby chicks and you would like watch them hatch in their eggs? And that was like a lengthy process, if I do recall. And I don't know how it is with parakeets, but I don't have the time and I just can't. Like, I would be constantly worried about them, and that's basically my third reason. I get attached to literally everything. I was attached to Cloudy before I even had him. I was attached to the bird at the pet store that I saw before Cloudy. I get attached to everything. So I would love each of those little birds, and I would never be able to give them up, even if it was to my sister or to my little cousins. I couldn't. Like, they would all be mine, and then I would be that crazy bird lady from Home Alone because I would have Cloudy and like all of the babies because I know that I would not be able to give it up. And you know, that's justifications enough. So I know Brielle is going to continue to beg me because she wants one of the babies, but I say no. Cloudy will not be a father. His family line dies with him, although Cloudy's living forever, so I guess it lives on forever. And when I tell people that we're not going to make them have babies, they're always so shook, like, how are you going to avoid that? And I've done my research, honestly. I've asked multiple sources, like, how do we avoid them having babies? Because eventually they're going to be, like, in the same cage or, well, probably not that, but they're going to be in close quarters when me and Harris move in together. So how do we avoid having little birds from Cloudy and Bolt? And the guy at the bird store by Harris told us just to not let the relationship escalate. And you know what? I'm taking that and I'm running with it, because if I see them getting close together, I'm gonna be like that psycho mom that is like not letting their kid date till they're like 40. And I'm gonna break that shit up because I can't be having that. So I'm just gonna, in short, watch them like a hawk, and if they get close to each other, just break it up. But it kind of makes me sad because I know that Cloudy and Bolt love to hang out, and the times that they have met before, like, Cloudy's obsessed with Bolt and will like where Bolt flies, Cloudy flies. It's honestly hilarious. They were like the tag team, like a super duo when they were together, and now that can't happen. So as long as they're under my supervision, I think it will be fine. But I'm going on the record saying I do not want to have parakeet babies. So, getting into the actual content of this episode, something that I really have noticed about myself lately is that I have complete obsessions with things. Clearly, like I have a podcast named after my bird. But lately it's just been raging obsessions. So I wanted to share some with you because I think maybe some people can relate to this, but maybe not. Maybe I'm one of a kind and I'm the only one. So my latest obsession, and when I say obsession, I don't mean like, oh, I like it. I mean like it's getting bad. So my latest obsession is coffee. And this has sort of always been an obsession ever since 7th grade, which is bad to say. I went to a Jason Mraz concert, and I don't know why, but we stopped at Dunkin' Donuts on the way, and I got a coffee culotta, and that was the first sip of this heavenly drink that I've ever had, and I instantly became obsessed, and it's never been the same since. Honestly, year after year goes by and I tell myself that I'm going to be better with coffee. And year after year, I'm not better with coffee. And I feel as though it's affecting my life now. I can't operate without coffee at all. I am the epitome of that meme where it's don't talk to me before my cup of coffee. That is actually me now, and I don't want to be like that. I feel like I'm so crabby without it, and it's getting bad, not to mention the effect that it's had on my teeth. Oh my god. And I've literally bought white strips so many times, and I tell myself I'm going to do them, and for some reason I don't. I always fall off that train, but I need to get back into that because I feel like I have corn cob teeth, and it's because of coffee. And part of me feels like it's worth it. Even as I'm talking to you guys about this, I'm I'm still gonna continue this. I know that it's a problem. I know that I need to at least cut back, but I can't. I worked at Starbucks for 2 summers, and I feel like that catapulted my obsession with coffee. I loved it before, but once I worked at Starbucks is when I learned different things, and I knew what I liked, I knew what I didn't like, and also I had unlimited access to coffee. That's when it got seriously troublesome. I would have and I'm not even exaggerating, 7 shots of espresso a day, and that was a regular thing. And I definitely don't do that now. I don't even get close to that now, but it wouldn't affect me. But I also couldn't operate without it, so it was interesting. And I also learned really specific drinks that I like, and that is an annoyance to basically everyone I know. I can't just be the friend that goes and is can I get a grande plain coffee? I'm not like that anymore, and I used to be. And sometimes I have my moments, but my mom loves to mobile order and just pick it up. It's the easiest thing. If you're a Starbucks fan, you know the mobile order and how amazing it is. But she loves to do that, and so she'll always be text me your order, text me what you want, because she is a Starbucks fiend herself, but not for coffee, for iced tea. She goes harder than me, honestly. Props, Mom. And so she'll get us coffee almost every day when we're together, which is a blessing. And I always text her these really long, complicated orders, and she has to screenshot the menu back to me, and it's is this right? Oh, she's such an angel. But I get annoying, and same thing when I have friends get it for me. I'm annoying with my drink, and I just very specific things. So I would say my most regular drink is a grande. I'm a grande gal. Cold brew, just black, but I like 2 stevia in it. And here's why that is complicated. If it's not a cold brew, I won't drink it. I've gotten so snobby that I won't even drink iced coffee anymore. And I honestly do feel like there's a huge difference. I'm just justifying my stance here. Iced coffee is literally so watered down, and no one can argue me otherwise. at Starbucks, when we would brew the iced coffee, it would just be like a hot coffee blend brewed hot, and then we would put it in the refrigerator with like scoops and scoops of ice. So it's watery, y'all, and I don't love that. So I like the 20-hour steeped cold brew because I feel like I'm just getting my coffee. I'm not getting all this ice bullshit, like, or water. It's just, it tastes better and it's smoother, and if you don't see that, you're wrong. I feel like so many people are going to disagree with me, but you're wrong. Iced coffee is just not good coffee. It's watery, cold coffee, where cold brew is just the superior, and it's clear as day. Okay, next issue with my coffee order is the stevia. I do stevia for health, obviously, because it's the healthiest of all the sugars that you could put in your coffee. But I also do enjoy the taste. I feel like it's the only one that like fully dissolves in the drink, where every other sugar just sits there. So yeah, stevia is like overall the best choice, but it's also the choice that Starbucks runs out of the most. So there's times, and some Starbucks doesn't carry it, that I go in and they're like, oh, we don't have stevia. And that really throws off my whole plan of operation, because I choose the cold brew so I can have it with the stevia, and it all goes together in one unit. So if one piece is missing from the puzzle, you can't have the complete puzzle. You know what I'm saying? So it really messes up my whole mode of thinking on this, my whole plan. So then I have to rethink, and then it gets annoying for other people to order for me, because if that they don't have that, they have to go back to me, and I have to think of a whole nother complicated thing. So Starbucks working there has turned me into a monster, especially when it comes to ordering, but also just plain old coffee taste. I feel like Starbucks is the only fast food coffee place that has like good coffee. I like a dark roast because I like the taste of coffee. And I feel like Starbucks has a good range of that. Like the blonde is really light and good for people that like lighter coffee, but I still enjoy it. But I really like the dark roast coffee, and that's why I like a cold brew, because it's darker. I feel like it tastes so much better. And I slowly started to drift away from Dunkin', like even before I worked at Starbucks. And now I just think Dunkin' is like, I can't tolerate it. I don't know how humans drink that. I probably sound so ungrateful, but you know what? I'm staying at my coffee is important to me, and I feel like I shouldn't be sorry for that. So yeah, Dunkin' sucks to me. I feel like so many people are going to turn on me in this episode. Episode 3 is like the turning point because of this issue. So I got Dunkin' on Sunday, and it's currently Wednesday when I'm recording this, so it's still fresh in my mind. And I had to get Dunkin' because it was my only option, and I was getting crabby, as I discussed, that I get when I don't have coffee. And I can be a real bitch when I'm crabby, and it can get real ugly up in there. And we were Christmas tree shopping. That was not the time and place for me to have a fit of some sort, because I did not have coffee. So I was like, I'll bite the bullet here and I'll get Dunkin' Donuts. We pulled through the drive-thru. Me and Harris were following behind my parents because we didn't all fit in one car. And they paid for me and Harris's drinks. And then I did a taste test of I think I got a almond milk vanilla latte hot. And that's not like a difficult drink. Like, I feel like you can't fuck that up. Oh, they fucked it up. I did a Snapchat review of this drink. If you're on my private story, you may have seen it already. And my face honestly said it all in this video, and maybe I'll post it on in the Cloud's Instagram because I feel like it needs to be seen. It was vile, the taste. And I forget what I described it as in the video, but it was very accurate. It was like trash with an aftertaste of sewage. And I felt that in my soul. And Cooper actually tasted it as well, and he said it tasted like alcoholic poison. So maybe I got a bad batch or something. I'll give Dunkie the benefit of the doubt, but it sucked. It was really bad. I couldn't drink it. I had to like stop after 3 sips maybe, and I do not like to waste precious cargo, which is coffee. So, and I was also getting angry. I was very crabby from not having coffee, and so I needed this coffee in my life, but it was not bearable. I couldn't do it. And I feel like this sparked a whole controversy in my Snapchat like friend community of people being like, are you serious? Like, I hate this Dunkin' slander, and you know who you are. But I just had to come on the podcast and like see where the overall stance lies. Am I the one in the wrong here for not liking Dunkin'? I don't think I'll ever give it another chance, but like, am I crazy for not liking that? Am I the outlier, or is the world the outlier? Because Starbucks is the clearer, better choice. I can't understand the other point of view, and I just need to hear from the people. Who's right? What is better, Dunkin' or Starbucks? Because I'm clearly on the Starbucks side. Okay, so that was my first obsession, and I want to hear if everyone feels like this is a common obsession, because yeah, I know that it's common to like coffee, but I feel like I just take it to that next level. And maybe if people are like, no, I'm the same way, it will make me feel like more justified in my clear obsession with caffeine right now, and specifically coffee. But my next hobby, which is also being detrimental to me right now, especially during the holidays, is spending money. Ugh. Guys, I've been so bad with spending money, and I've literally told myself over the past like few months, honestly, like, you're not going to spend any more money because the holidays are coming up and you're going to need to spend money for that. Like, buy one more thing and then no more spending money unless it's a holiday gift or something for the holidays. I've broken that, like, I can't even count how many times. And I have a real issue with spending money, overspending money, and specifically just like shopping for clothes in general. I have enough clothes. I don't need any more. But somehow I always am like, oh, I really need a leather blazer to add to my wardrobe, or I really need like a nice brown pair of boots, or like something. I always justify it in some way, and I buy things. And it is getting to be an issue. And honestly, like, I know my limits. Like, I don't go above and beyond. Like, it's not like I'm buying like a house right now. I know when to stop, but I feel like I can just do a much better job of budgeting. It's disgusting how little I know about my own finances, and it's something that maybe I should make my New Year's resolution. I just thought about that. I should honestly write that down. Wow, that was really good that I thought of that. But I need to stop spending and shopping and all of the things. I prefer to shop in person, which is where I do the most damage, but I feel like I also do damage online, honestly. Like, the holiday season is where I do most of my damage online. I order everyone's gifts online. It's just the easiest. But when I'm in person, I can't resist something for myself. I see one thing and I'm like, I need it. It's maybe my attachment issues, how I get attached to things so quickly. But I need to stop. Like, enough is enough now. And it's been bad for a while. I feel like I really started having an addiction during quarantine. I was pretty good with my spending through college. Like, yeah, I spent on a lot of food. I always bought food and alcohol, obviously. But in college, I also had a bubble tea problem. Me and my roomies would love to get bubble tea, and we would literally be like, oh, we'll get boba and then we'll study. We'll do all of our homework after. And then we never did. We would like end up getting boba and watching a movie. But we would get it like every single night, which, like, hello, it obviously builds up. So I was like hit or miss in college. But during quarantine, the online shopping hit me hard. And I shopped a lot online for like sweatpants and like comfy clothes and just like useless quarantine items. I feel like everyone did. But I also feel like quarantine hit me hard on the reverse end of it. Like now that things are basically back to normal and you're allowed to like go to the mall or just go into a store and shop, or like even like down the shore, there's so many cute little boutiques and I just can't resist. And I feel like after being cooped up in my house and like only buying sweatpants and comfy clothes and stuff that like I wouldn't go out in, or like not like really a cute outfit, I went hard on all of that kind of stuff when we were wearing that stuff again. And so quarantine just did me dirty, and clothes honestly surpassed food and became my number one offender in where all my spending is. And now being in New York City also is a major enabler to this situation. And not only am I trying to keep up with the New York City fashion, can't lie, and buying items for that, but also the food is also bad, so that it's kind of like my two main offenders have equal playing field now. And I'll like walk past a restaurant that looks good but maybe like is out of my price range, and I'll still do it. I'll be like, it's a treat. But it's not a treat when it's every single week. I recently discovered this sushi place, which I never thought I would be saying, because like a year and a half ago I didn't eat sushi, but now I'm obsessed and I love it. And this place, Bondi, is right by my office, but also right by where I'm staying in the city. And it's perfect. It's like the best, freshest sushi with like so many great sauce options, and the miso soup is good. The edamame is good if I want a little appy. And it's just like all around a really good place. And it's also a really expensive place. So I need to stop. But Bondi and me meet almost once a week once I'm in the city. And she needs to go, because I need to limit myself, because I can't be doing that every week. But New York City does that to a person. I feel like I need to overspend on food, and food is expensive to begin with, but I overspend because there's so many different options that I would like to try, and I know that the food could be so good that I just want to do that. And I guess not being from New York City, I never really got that experience of like anything that you can think of, like all different types of food at your fingertips. And so I go crazy when I'm in the city, and I spend a lot on food, and I've spent a lot on clothes, and my obsession of shopping needs to slow down soon. Hopefully now that I'm getting like adjusted to this new lifestyle that I'm living, it will slow down shortly. But it's been a lethal combo with both my coffee obsession and my shopping obsession all at once in New York City, where both those things are extremely overpriced and expensive. Lethal. Needs to be ended like immediately. Okay, so some hobbies that I've been partaking in and am currently obsessed with. One of them is painting, which is weird, especially for me. I have never had an artistic bone in my body, and I still don't. Brielle, my older sister, is a great artist. She minored in art, I'm pretty sure, but she's always been like the artsy one in the family. And I play music, so I was the musician, and then Cooper, my younger brother, is the athlete. So we all have our thing. But Brielle was the artist, and I literally can't draw. Like, I know everyone jokes, like, I can only draw a stick figure, but that's actually me. And so painting is something that's new, but also like really relaxing. And I think that's why I like it. I'm not good at it, and I'm literally painting the stupidest things. You'll hear about it. But it's really relaxing. It's so nice to, like, after a long day at work, sit down and freaking paint. And I discovered this when we were painting pumpkins. I just got like in the zone zen painting my frickin' pumpkin. It was so cool, so chill, loved it. And that's what I've been doing. So I'll put on some nice music or maybe like a show and maybe I go outside and do a little tokey toke action right before, and then I'm really feeling relaxed and I freaking paint. And I guess you can say I'm an artist now. No, you really can't. Like, the things that I'm painting are stuff that like maybe a kindergartner would paint, but that's what I like. I like to keep it simple here. I don't like to overthink. This is my relaxation time. So I went to Target and I was like, I want to find a craft. What can I do? I want to craft. And I find myself in like the little kids craft section, honestly. And I see these ceramic dinosaurs, and there's like 4 little ceramic dinosaurs. They're like real small, probably like the size of my fist. And they were adorable. Instantly needed to have them. They were in my cart before Harris even like saw them. And I was so excited to paint these little sores. Ew, I shouldn't call them that. So we get home, me and Harris each pick a dinosaur, and I painted it, and it was so fun, and they're so cute. And of course I named them. And then a few weeks went by and I still had the remaining 2, but Harris wasn't here and I could not wait. Honestly, I simply could not wait. So I got both the dinosaurs out and I painted them. I even looked up like inspiration for colors, and they're so cute. And I named all 4 of them. So I kind of want to post the picture of all 4 little guys and see which one you guys like best. But in short, I named the pink one Layla, because why not? And then Harris painted this like little green T-Rex, and he was actually super cute. Harris has like a little knack for painting dinosaurs. And his name is Brock. I named him. I named all of them. And the next up are the 2 that I did by myself. And the fan favorite seems to be Kurt. He's like this little blue guy. I honestly don't even know what kind of dinosaur he is. I should learn what kind of dinosaur Kurt is. And lastly, we have Vince, and he's like a goofy looking green one with like this big orange spike. But he's Vince, and they're all unique in their own way, and I'm obsessed with them. So that really started my painting obsession, and it's been something that I'm doing almost every night now when I'm home, and it's been really great. Honestly, been loving it. I went to Target again last week, and I got like this big canvas with a bird on it because hello, cloudy. And I also got these mini canvases, and I want to paint like my friends' canvases. I feel like that's a cute little thing to do. But I spent like so much on freaking painting supplies. This is totally not me to spend money on painting supplies, but I'll spend money on anything. So here we go again. Something that I have been wanting to be obsessed with again is reading. And I've had my peaks and valleys with reading. In high school, I read a lot, but it would always take a very specific book to catch my attention and keep my attention. But once that book did keep my attention, it was like smooth sailing from there, and I loved to read. And it kind of just diminished over the past few years, and I honestly think it's just because I'm busy. But I've been wanting to pick it back up, and in the summer, I tried to do it, but I couldn't get into it. But I've really wanted to start reading again, but I didn't really know what kind of books that I even like anymore, because it's been a while since I've actually really liked a book enough to honestly finish it. So I'm trying something new, and I never really drifted towards nonfiction, but I'm doing it now, and it's actually really funny where I'm starting. Like, I feel like I'm sounding like such a smart person, like nonfiction books, like I'm reading them. But I'm reading someone from The Bachelor, their autobiography, I guess it's called. It's Hannah Brown from The Bachelorette, and I hated her on her season of The Bachelor. I just thought she was like annoying and like a pick-me girl. But once she became The Bachelorette, which I wasn't living for at first, oh my God, I live for her. She is iconic. She just does whatever the hell she wants. And she's so herself, and she's the only person in Bachelor Nation that like, oh my God, Bachelor Nation. But she's the only person that I've genuinely liked enough to follow after the show and keep tabs with. And she released a book recently, and everyone on TikTok was like, wow, like the tea in this book is piping hot. And I want to know. So I'm going to read it, and I'm actually so excited to actually read it. Anyone that knows me knows that I have like a very specific nighttime routine. I like to completely get ready for bed, like teeth brushed, face washed, the whole nine, and then I'll get into bed. I will not like lay in bed and watch TV before that's done. I lay in my bed and I do one of two things. One, I watch TikTok, which is the more dangerous option because there's no end to that. But the other option is to watch who I call my YouTuber. I always say, like, to everyone when I'm talking about her, because I act like she's my friend, I always say my YouTuber. But it's Colleen Ballinger, who is Miranda Sings. But I watch her vlogs and, like, her own content. I don't really watch Miranda, although I kind of think she's, like, low-key funny. But I love Colleen. I love watching her life, and I've watched her since I was maybe in, like, late middle school. So many years, so I feel like I grew up with her, and I just know like her whole life story. We're like basically besties, but I honestly feel like she has gotten me through some shit because like she feels like a friend. I watch her every single day because she basically vlogs her life. She vlogs every day, and I'm obsessed with her. I just love her. I think she's so funny, and she's my pal, and I don't care who doesn't think so. But I watch her before I go to bed. She posts a vlog every day, so then I save it until the nighttime. But today I was planning ahead on starting my reading journey, and I was like, I'm going to watch Colleen's vlog not in my bed tonight, which is a huge deal for me. That's like my nighttime routine. And I watched it while I ate dinner alone because everyone left me this week. And to be honest, I would be lying if I said that I wasn't a little bit freaked out that I'm going to have nothing to watch and no Colleen vlog to watch tonight. Oh, I've been thinking about it, and I'm a little stressy about that situation, but I'm going to read, and I blocked this time out so I can read. Look at me being a person that plans ahead. I watched my vlog so I can read. I'm excited to start reading, and I really hope that like I actually do it tonight and I actually start this book. And I'm going to let you guys know how I like it because I know a lot of you love the Bachelor, Bachelorette franchise, Bachelor Nation, and a lot of people dislike Hannah Brown, and I don't get it. I love her. Hopefully I'll still love her after this book. But I'll let you guys know how it is because I love her and I would love to support her, and I'm really excited to freaking read tonight. So I'm going to log off so I can go jumpstart my new nighttime routine. I'm a changed person and read a book before bed, and I'm exhausted. Work has just been kicking my ass lately, and it's only Wednesday. I still have a few more days this week. Spotify Wrapped came out today, and that was a huge project for my team, and it also requires a lot of work on my end. So I'm out ya because I'm so tired and I have to do it all again tomorrow. Can't wait for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure to follow me on all of the things. Oh my God, I almost said Facebook. Instagram, In the Clouds Pod with 3 S's on In the Clouds. But please share this episode. I really want to get more listeners to this podcast, and let me know what you guys think. Always open to suggestions. And thanks for listening. I'm going to go read. Bye.